Hopefully everybody's night is going all right. Not too many issues besides the governmental ones, govern thy mental. Other than that, say you. Not too much that is and I appreciate the thumbs up so far. I always call these actual, it's whatever. I usually end it if, the conversation really doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. But if you don't know, I should have posted it in the title. Anybody that will be catching this on a replay, there is a Patreon for Tuku Tukan. Just type in Tuku Tukan, how you see it spelt on this particular video, or you go to my desk and go to the desktop of my channel. You type in Tuku Tukan and Patreon and become a subscriber. I know I should include the link. I probably have the link somewhere where I post daily affirmations in the community page. You can also find it there. Click on the link, become a subscriber. I'm starting to put up content that was once available on this platform, but it's no longer available. So if you actually want to, out the older conversations, interviews, that will be over at the Patreon. But you do have to become a subscriber for that to be available to you. But I also will be posting new content, some things that won't be submissible for this platform, but will be okay for that one. So with that being said, I'm just waiting for someone to enter in the actual chat to get a conversation going. I see it. Maybe it keeps kicking people out. Maybe it keeps saying that, he ain't really live, because I don't experience that, seeing, having other devices on the side of me showing that I'm not actually live when I'm actually live. They actually do that when it's actually nobody that's running the platform besides their machine learning, automated algorithms, artificial intelligence, whatever you want to call it. I see so many people are stopping in. Hey, say what's up. It's me solo dolo. It's I don't have anybody that I'm co-hosting this with, so let's see who we can get within this action live. Like at the top of it, I have a topic and then I'll start going into it or whatever. But other than that, I don't. So I'm just kind of waiting on you. Actually, for the people that happen to subscribe to my particular channel, it gives you a voice to voice your opinion out to the countless amount of subscribers that I do have, even though they don't um, submit all my notifications out to the amount of subscribers that I do actually have. But you got to do what you can in this day and age. There's so many new restraints and hindrances that we're facing in this day and age that, you got to constantly roll with the punches. It's like if you made it this far, you could carry on even that much more further. Tony Red, what's up, Rick? Old school peace and blessings. Hey, what's going on with you, Tony Red? I ain't hollered at old school in a minute. You know, I haven't hollered at him in a minute, but I'm sure he's well. He's doing good. Matter of fact, I talked with Famo not too long ago. He's doing good too. Hopefully, you and yours is everything's fine and everything's swell and dandy. And not too many issues and things like that. Around here it was a nice sunny day. I got the bus out the Lincoln Mark 8, crack the sunroof, and play some selective tunes and hit a few corners in the quarantine city. I mean, you don't see as many as people strolling like a nice normal spring day, but you still gotta stretch your legs out in the street when you can, since everything is shut down. You gotta get some fresh air, if whenever you can. You almost bought a well, a lot of people don't know the motor that they use in the Lincoln Mark 8s are called Cobra motors, and those motors are the motors that they use in, you know, the Cobra Mustang. They take the motor from the Mark 8 and put it in a Mustang. The only difference is the Mark 8's action and everything on the Mustang is just more luxurious than a cramped up Mustang. Even though I enjoy Mustangs too. Matter of fact, I want to get another Mustang again. What I actually want to do whenever this shelter in place lifts and things start to open back up, I want to pull my Marauder out and I'll film that and let y'all see that, because it's been some years since I done had that out. Pull that out, probably drop some brand new tires on it because it's been sitting up for a while. Oh, you said you ended up getting an O's LS. Yeah, them O's LS's, I done seen a few of them. I ain't never really known nobody that had one, but I done seen those too. But yeah, it's just something about the personal coupe. Think about it. Lincoln don't make a two-door coupe. Really, Lincoln don't really make cars no more. I want to say they're gonna be switching to all SUVs. So to have something with nice chrome rims and a sleek body style, because you figure I got a '94. I want to say that newer body style came out in '93. So when you look at it, it kind of got a timeless look. You were like, what year is this? It still fits in with the cars of today because it's still sleek and everything. But yeah, you said okay, you said yours is black with a sunroof, beige, cream, leather interior. Yeah, hey, that peanut butter interior is always hard, no matter what kind of car you have. Matter of fact, my DTS I had a 2000 DTS with a peanut butter interior, beige or whatever, and it was black. Had the nose on it and had the flying lady on the front of it and Vogue tires and chrome DTS wheels. It was all in there. But what it reminded me of, I don't own interior setup. So it's kind of funny how Cadillac is following Lexus versus Lexus, trying to follow anything American. But like I said, ain't nothing wrong with a personal coupe. Oh, you said you got the Mercury Grand Marquis. Hey, Mercury Grand Marquis is cool too. I know a few people with those. You always see someone that got a Crown Vic. But the Marauder, a lot of people mistake that when you be out on the road. They're like, what is that? Because they know it ain't no Crown Vic and they know it ain't no um, Grand Marquis. And then you be like, oh, it's a Mercury Marauder. And they be like, oh, I ain't heard of that because they only made it 2 years, '03 and '04. That's the only 2 years they made it. Unless you go back way into the '60s when they made them. But you said bumping that Yo Gotti and Shorty Low. That DTS is pimping up for sure. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Damn, I don't miss my thought when it doing that spin wheeling. But yeah, it's always something about when it turns springtime, whatever town you in, and you're breaking out your car, whatever your trophy is. I mean, you got your everyday car that you kind of drive in, or everyday truck or whatever, but that thing that you put away for the nice weather, when it's breaking that back out, re-waxing it up, re-cleaning the rims, re-detailing the interior, is something about that. It's lockdown, you really can't do like how you want to do. But to each their own. I just want to like, even me pulling out my Lincoln, I washed it because it was kind of dirty, but I didn't get to detail it like I really wanted to detail. You know how if you got leather interior, you want to hit the leather seats with the conditioner, and you want to if the seat or the floors are dirty, you want to shampoo the carpet and vacuum them, and get that good air freshener going in there, because the ones that you left in there from the last time is done died out, and they ain't giving off that nice smell that you like when you're riding. you know the A8 or A7. Matter of fact, my little cousin, before she passed away, she had an A7. Them A7s them is sharp. They're kind of, to me, you see the A8s more than you see them A7s. Them A7s to me are more rare to see. I kind of liked how they looked. They were they had a sleek look to them. But I ain't really never really got into Audi like that, because it's like I get to see what the repair bills on some of them, or not even so much the repair bills, because I could work on my own joints. It's just that some of the parts for the foreign cars are way more than any American ride, and to me, I can see how, at least to me, make that be all right. Like I know I done said before, it was I was getting Goldie. If you don't know, I got a 70 Coupe de Ville Goldie two door. I had a, let me see, it was might have been a 5 Series Beamer in there. Probably at the time, it was probably like a 2018. But your water pump on this probably maybe $25. I'm like, yeah. He said water pump on this Beamer, that's like 600, and that's not including labor. I'm like, well, what? I mean, they still do the same thing. They still cool the engine. Why is this? Because it's this kind of car? I mean, like, but that's how they have their prices set. So, you know, if you're gonna play, you gotta pay for whichever type of chariot that you happen to want to be seen within. As a matter of fact, I have to say it somewhere on my channel. It's probably buried back in the thing, but if you type short little video on it, gangster white walls, golden color. Matter of fact, it's a Cadillac color. I updated the Cadillac color on this. It's called Pharaoh Gold with a Snow White original vinyl top. It's a piece of history. You look at it, it looks like it's a time capsule from back. If you was think about it like this, if you was watching the Mac, it would look like it would fit in right then. Matter of fact, think about it. If it's 70 and the Mac came out in 73, it was pushing back then when that movie was current. So it looked like, it could have stepped out of that movie at that current time, all radio and everything, and it set up like it was back in 1970. Ain't nothing. Oh, my mind was, he kept saying, man, I want to, because, I find people cars, essentially like I'm a car broker. I find people cars, but he's like, man, I want a SS Chevelle. And he kept saying that. I'm like, why you want one of them? But then once I started researching it, some of them SS Chevelles is damn near in the 6-figure range, depending on how mint they are. And, okay, hopefully you can still hear me, but he have to get one with a 454. Them are worth money. So if you did happen to, come upon one of them, I would have to advise, make sure you have a lock and key and camera set up on them, because they're worth money. They're worth more money than, I remember at a time people were getting a right price. Even I almost say this: if I found one that was a clone and it still had the motor in there, more, go to and you may see rips in and cool. Matter of fact, it's emerald green convertible with I would say his is not as A1 as mine, but it's still a clean example of a 1970 Coupe de Ville. Yeah, I hit the auto shows, but think about it, they just canceled some auto shows. I used to go to auctions all the time. Them auctions, you gotta kind of know the people that work within there, because they'll know, okay, this car kind of got some issues with the motor. I don't know if you really want to go about bidding on this or not. I don't want a few cars out of auctions. I don't want cars and done had to replace engines on them. And to me, with me knowing how to work on cars and rebuild engines, I made out. Now, if I had to take that to someone else, I probably would have broke even. But with me knowing how to rebuild engines and things like that, I still came out ahead, even though the car had a engine issue. Matter of fact, I seen, what was it, a couple of days ago, and me and my partner was talking about this, like Monte Carlos from out the 80s. So say 86 to 88 SS Monte Carlos. I seen a brother, he had a clean black one, had the door handle shaved off and everything. It looked as stock and everything. I'm like, man, I haven't seen one of these in a while. But I had one of those. Matter of fact, matter of fact, I didn't post that because I did a video where I had all my cars. That particular one, I don't think I posted that one because I was showing all the cars that were Cadillacs that I had, but I had a SS Monte Carlo. It was an '86, black with gray interior, no T tops, and to me that was a fun car. And I sold it for what I sold it for. Is what people think they could find one in the condition that was in now, but I've been seeing a lot of those been going for like 12 and 10. What I sold it for was way under that, but at the time you could still find a SS Impala, so or not Impala, SS Monte Carlo. So, I wasn't really tripping off of that, and I made my money off of it. But now I'm like, man, I wish I still had it. I could get so much money for it right now. Let me see. You said, what's a good deal if you have 4 stacks to blow on? 4 stacks. Uh, uh Now, if you're talking about American old school car, that's kind of hard. Now, if you're talking about maybe like say a Lexus, because I ain't looking at no far as like, how should I say it? Like, I haven't been looking at newer style cars because they seem like they're more throwaways. But if I was to put Ford down, I would get a Lexus. But if you're talking about, you want an old school of some type, you may be able to find a Monte Carlo SS or something like that you can but you're gonna have to it's gonna have a lot of work for it. Now you said how about 8? Yeah, for 8 you can get a nice Impala. I know someone that has a SS Impala right now for about 5, and it's clean. Usually think about it like this. Every SS Impala you usually come across, their interiors, their leather is kind of, they use a cheaper style leather, so usually their are messed up. This one, the interior's in immaculate condition. The only thing this one doesn't have, it doesn't have the SS Impala wheels, because the person that they bought it from, you know, it wasn't running at the time, and they got it back running. But while it was sitting, they sold the wheels, so it just got the Caprice wheels on it. But if if you are if you're a car aficionado, you know that a SS Impala sits lower than a Bubble Caprice. You just pull one up, and if they have the same wheels, even if it does have the SS wheels, it sits lower. The suspension is lower because it's faster. It's built for speed. And you'd be a sleeper with a lot of people, because people are like, oh, you're faking it. You got a Caprice and you just want it to look like a SS Impala. And once you hit from that stop, like, then they're gonna be like, oh, okay, he was the real deal. You just rocking them Caprice classic wheels on the SS Impala. But yeah, SS Impalas is cool. Matter of fact, you can get a Z28 too. Matter of fact, I got a Z28. That's another car I done filmed, and I be forgetting that I have sometimes. Matter of fact, people are like, you still got that? It's like I got various cars in various storages, just sitting up. You said you like your Crown Vics and Mercs for some reason. Yeah, yeah, they're cool. A lot of people, people used to try to talk stuff about Fords and things like that, but the newer style Fords, when I say newer, I'm saying Fords that's at least in the 90s or 2000s, they were built a lot better than the ones out of the 80s that were still perfecting fuel injection and things like that. They kind of got the fuel injection right in the 90s and 2000s and things like that. So yeah, and they could go for high mileage. Like them 4.6s are always good. Even right now, I'm looking at a Lincoln Town Car, 94. It's clean, got a rag top. I want to say it's a maroon rag top, maroon interior. It's like a purplish pearl color, and it's an older person that has it. It's just been sitting up in their yard. All it needs is a good bath. All I have to do is clean up if not clean up the wheels real well, or just put some 1/4 inch white walls on it, and it'll be in there, and it's for a low price, but it'll clean up and you can still flip it, and it got low miles. So I've been eyeing that. I also been eyeing pickup trucks. I actually want a pickup truck. I done had a few pickup trucks in my time. They came and gone. You always, to me, I'd rather have a pickup truck sitting up, so then someone needs to move. You can always make money with a pickup truck. And then in these times, to me, it's pertinent to have something like that in your arsenal of different tools. You have your trophies that you really don't bust out all the time. Family gatherings or certain events, you bring them out. But as far as everyday use, they're not for that. That's what to me, I got a Camry. That's my everyday use car. Before that, I had a ES Lexus. You can't go wrong with them ES Lexuses. They run forever. Them Toyotas run like clocks, sewing machines. I always would bet V6 one. Now them V8 ones, they kind of, like say if the starter goes out on a V8 Lexus, you're gonna pay a lot because how where they got the starter located is under the intake, and you got to take all that stuff off to get to the starter. So if anything, you still have the power and the agility in a V6. These V6s a lot of times move like eights now, so don't sleep on the V6 Toyotas. They ain't no punks. Let me see. With the pickup truck, that would show people I was about business. Most definitely. And think about it like this: we all done had, a great uncle or uncle or granddad that done had a pickup truck, and you always kind of, oh yeah, my granddad has that. But he also think about it. He also probably had his good cars, the cars that he take out on vacation. Oh, we taking this down to wherever we going or whatever. But he always had a pickup truck. That's what you gotta do. Have a pickup truck to get your money when these job sites don't want to hire you. You can create your own job with that pickup truck. And I wish someone would front, oh, you driving a pickup truck. I'm still collecting my coins. I'm still getting my money. When y'all's up here waiting for someone to hire you, or they done cutting hours, you can go make money yourself because you got that truck. You know. Yeah, pickup trucks are definitely versatile. There's so many things you could do. You could, short hauls, or do lawn care with it. It's if you're in an area where it's snow, you could put a plow on the front of that joint and plow. It's so many things you can do with that. It's worth your investment. You may have a little cousin, little nephews or something like, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm starting this little lawn care thing, or car detailing. You could have a water tank on there and do car detailing, even though a lot of people use vans for that. You could do a truck too. You could do the same thing with that. So it's so many different ways you can create self businesses with a pickup truck. And a lot of times you don't get looked at a lot of times when you're in a pickup truck making moves. People look at, the cars that people drive, the trophies. Some people drive their trophies every day. And then they wonder like, why am I always getting harassed? Because they see you in the flashy car all the time. When you jump in that pickup truck, they're like, oh well, he's, just a regular working. Yep, I'm just what you think I am. Just think of me like that. I don't want you to think I'm all this other person, and start tagging me with things I don't need to be tagged with. Pick up a nice pickup truck. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, and vans too, them cargo vans. I mean, a lot of people like, well, I get a conversion van and I'm gonna throw some 26s. You can't really make no money like that. Just like, it's people that are like, I'm gonna give me a bourbon. You can't really make no money with that. I mean, yeah, it's still considered a truck, but to me, it's just like a covered wagon. A pickup, you can put things in the bed. You can haul. I mean, you can still pull things with a suburban and things like that. But far as you ain't gonna be. Sometimes you may have something that is nasty. You ain't gonna put that into suburban because that's gonna smell through the whole cabin. Versus that bed, you can go to a wash and spray all that stuff up out of there, and you back in business. Have a bed liner in it, and you're good. You got to think about it from a business aspect. And then some people, they be like, hey, let me do scrapping. All they do is pick up, a lot of metals and send it to the metal places, and do just a weekend and clear like 1,000 or 1,500, depending if you got somebody with you. If you wanted to go that route, have another driver, or another rider with you picking up certain things. If you want to go that route, it's like I said, and like you said, it's versatile. There's many ways you can make your money with a pickup truck. And depending on it, you don't always have to spend a lot. I mean, it's various levels of pickup trucks. It's some that's real damn near on their last legs, and then it's some that It's a cool price as long as the drivetrain is straight. The front end ain't got too many front end problems. The four wheel drive, if you're getting a four wheel drive, depending on if you're in the south or north, as long as that's all intact, you're in business. Tires, you're gonna usually have to get tires for everything, as long as it doesn't have no alignment problems or anything like that. You pretty much straight. Let me see. You said got other cars too working though. Yeah, it's always like I said, it's always good. See, I like cars a lot, so that's why I have a lot of them. Some people like I only have one car. That's all I need. I mean, okay, so that car shut down. Then you gotta, well, I guess they got apps where you can Uber and all that, but I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to jump in my car when I want to jump in it. Oh, I can't. This one ain't starting today. I'll go jump in the other one until I get that one rectified. That's how I try to see and look at things. From that type of perspective versus okay, now I'm gonna have to call this person see if they give me a ride. That's inconveniencing them, and people want to charge you. No, you want to be your own man. That's a part of being your own man. Let me get all my ducks in a row where I'm gonna be straight. My people gonna be straight. If you got a little son or daughter, they can see. Pops is making it happen. He ain't up here depending on somebody else. Begging this person to do this for him. He's always setting it in motion. That's what it's about. You know. And like I said, just because you got that truck don't mean like, yeah, I still got that other thing over there. It can't stop you from having the other nice toys because, you know, like I said, depending on what you spend on a truck, you don't have to spend big money on trucks. Like, yeah, they sell trucks today that's damn near 70,000. You don't gotta spend that on a truck. You could get a decent truck for a reasonable price, or for under 4,000, or something like that. Even lower than that. But you want some that's person probably done got the paperwork done, owned it for a long time, or know what's up with it. No major oil leaks or anything like that. So yeah, a truck is where it's at. Said the pandemic is affecting a lot of things, businesses, plans. Hopefully things get better by summer, most definitely. But what they done did around here, I don't know how it is in your area, but they done closed down like all the lakes and the pools and things like that. And think about Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes. So does that mean people can't go out on the lake and fish? Does that mean people aren't able to swim? What does that mean? Does that mean people aren't able to go fishing on the lakes? I mean, that's affecting a lot of different kind of commerces that they could bring money in. So I don't know if they're gonna keep that going or what. You said some of them trucks be nice, like Uh, dang construction must be getting money. I seen some nice trucks at the auto show, big cups, ice, AC blowing, and yeah, they do have. I mean, a lot of these trucks have amenities like luxury cars now. It ain't just like it used to be like, oh, the Escalade and a Navigator. No, it's the regular trucks that have the same amenities as them. You can't sleep on those trucks. Think about it like this, and these are reasonable and they're still slick. A lot of people don't think about them. Lincoln made a pickup truck. It was called a reasonable. Now you could probably get one for around 4,000, and it's nice. Got leather pinstriped, and it is a real nice truck. To me, essentially, it's a dressed up F-150, but it's more on a luxury tip. You still be in there. You still be looking nice. Think about it like this: if you've seen that Clint Eastwood movie, The Mule, it should be it's a newer movie with Clint Eastwood. He's driving a Lincoln Mark LT. It's all black, nice. Got some bed. Was a bed a nice body painted bed topper on it and everything. It's a nice truck, 4-door truck. I mean, you can't beat it. You know. Or if you wanted to go the other route, that's still luxury and reasonable. You get them Harley Davidson F-150s. Them is nice too. You know, it's various price ranges on them, but them are still nice too. You'll still be in there. Chrome rims and all that, and nice stereo systems and all that. Extra cup holders, AC blowing, depending on where you at. You got to make sure the AC is blowing on them because you don't want to be in no hot truck. Let me see. But yeah, I say when the auto shows was popping, you get you kind of look at it like, okay, I like this, but you look at it like this: they make older models where they were somewhat similar. You know how we do when we get things, hey, add this to it, hey, a reasonable body shop. Hey, this may need a little bit of paint work on here. Just do this paint work on this area or whatever. That's how you get. A lot of people look. Oh, this got a little bit of rust. If you holler at your body man, if you got a body man or something like that, like how much would something like that cost? Okay, knock down the price for this little rust. My guy's gonna take care of this. I could get it, looking real nice and decent, and you'll still be in there. But a lot of people, oh, I'm discounting because of this. No, you spending less money. Yeah, you may have to knock out a little rust on one of the panels or something like that, but that ain't nothing. Rated Shy, what's going on with your family? Glad you done jumped in here. What's up, Choice? I'm glad you jumped in here too. Okay, you say Rick, let's say you were down on your luck and you hit the lotto for 60 bands. What 5 things would you do with the bag? Well, in this day and age, I don't know. I would say I would get I probably get a nice condo. I like to get a condo because a condo is, think about it, a condo is like an apartment or a loft or something like that. And only thing you're paying, depending on how many other units is in it, you're only gonna pay association fee to keep the building maintenance. Now, you can get a house, a little house or something like that, but you just gotta figure: are you the type to do maintenance on your house when things are gonna start to break down? You gotta put your mind in that type of space. But nice little condo, nice little, probably not the newest car, but something that's close to new that I could pay off and it's still looking decent. Something that's just decent, and then depending on when this bang get over with, where I could be able to travel and move around like I want to move around. Hey, let me go over here and see what they doing over here. I ain't heard about this town, what they doing down here. I ain't experienced that. And not the spots that people always go. I'm going to New Orleans to Mardi Gras. I'm going to Vegas. I mean, yeah, those spots are cool, but maybe some spots you ain't heard of. Like, let me uh go to somewhere in Santa Fe, New Mexico, or something like that. They got a lot of nice riders down there. I like to check out the lowrider scene because I like to swoop up cars like that. Everybody from every city got a car where this used to be this person's car and it's hooked up a certain way. I would like to see cars like that. Like, okay, I may want to get that. I may want to get a little truck where I could just go pull these cars from. I find out about them and get like a little what is that? Like a pull barn where you can put all these cars up in it that you done found throughout the country. Maybe run a little lot where you could flip them in your area or flip them, on a net, however way you can set it up. And that'd be something right there. I would just be flipping cars more so if I came into a certain mass amount of money. That's what I'd be doing. But they'd be exclusive. It'd be something exclusive about every one of them that I done seen. Matter of fact, hey, I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate y'all's coming in. Hey, if you haven't liked this particular live stream, like it, even though it seems like it's about cars. I like cars. Yeah, exotic cars are cool, but it's like I watch some of the other YouTube channels where people got these exotic cars, and I start thinking like, man, a lot of people think like, I think about it like this: if you're a regular everyday person, you're not having big, massive amount of money to buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, that can actually hurt you because a lot of people don't know. It is not like maintenance on a regular everyday car. When I say regular everyday car, you could have a Lincoln, Cadillac, something like that, even Mercedes. A lot of those Lamborghinis and Ferraris, the engine has to come out of the car to maintenance it. So that requires, if you're going to do it yourself, a lot more kind of, equipment to make that happen, or you're going to be breaking bread with whatever shop that's going to be able to do that. And you got to factor that in. So that's something you definitely have to think about. Okay, you said your lightweight car is also on the low. Me too. Oh, you said you need that Panamera or that range. Yeah, them are slick. I ain't taking nothing away from them. I done known a few people that done had them Panameras. Them joints is hard. But it's just knowing that you can't treat them. See, a lot of people like, oh, I got this, but they think they're gonna be, maintenance on them like they do their Impala. No, that maintenance is gonna be way more than the Chevy. Just know that going in. And half the time when you see people that's trying to do it like that, that's when you see their car sitting up for a long time. Like, why is that car sitting? Oh, because it need all this work. I ain't got the money to do that right now. Versus that Chevy, you can get that money together and you be, back in business. Versus that other one's gonna set you back, where essentially you're setting it up because it got a problem. Then you got to flip something else to drive in the meantime. I don't want to be like that. I don't want a beautiful lawn ornament. I want to be able to bend corners when I want to bend corners. Every single one of my cars, let's put it like this. A lot of people, they got cars, they don't run. Every single one of my cars, no matter how long it done sat up, I could go throw a hot battery in it right now and it'll fire up and get to moving around. That's how I want all my cars. I've done maintenance damn near every single one of them. And if I haven't, I done sent them to the shops to have their maintenance done where they could be in working order. I don't have no slouch type of cars just sitting around. I don't do it like that. But that's me. Now let me see. You said I take that. Yeah, them are cool too. That the little what is that? The little slicks SUV. No, that's the two door little small Porsche. I think that is what you just said. Let me go back and read. Okay, you said exotic cars maintenance run with a sticker price. Most definitely. And damn oil changes can run a band. That's true. A lot of people that don't know that. It's like do the research. Yeah, you may be getting it for a low, but how much is the maintenance? You really gotta do your research and your homework on that. A lot of people don't do that. That's why, like I said, their cars be sitting up because they didn't know what they was getting into. Think about it like this. Especially people with Benzes that get Benzes. A lot of these Benzes that people buy that say they was maybe 20 years old or something. I'm getting a 500. Well, think about it. A 500 back when it was new was damn near probably 100,000. But you now, it's 20 years later, you done got it for what? Maybe three or two, and you think you're making out like a bandit. But the maintenance cost is still up there high. So you're not making out. You're gonna have to do all that still. The maintenance cost is still gonna be expensive. And then when you go to flip it, it's still you're not gonna get your money out of it because you're not getting what it was when it was new, damn near 100,000. Luxury cars, especially Benzes, their prices drop unless it's some exclusive ass shit. And if you got something like that, you're keeping up on the maintenance. You ain't lagging on any of it. So you gotta factor that in. You gotta factor in the cost of I can't just take this to that little corner shop around the way and they're gonna be able to get with it. They don't have all the tools, especially a lot of these newer Benzes. You got to have computer software to work with them. They ain't like the Benzes of in the early 80s and 70s where you know you didn't have to have certain computer software to get into certain programs to see what is wrong. A lot of these Benzes have like 20 different computers on them to even let you know what's really going on with it. Okay, you said right. I feel you, Rick. Kia SUV. Checking in and out. I'll catch you on the replay. Okay, okay, Choice. You said took a ride in baby mama's Benz SUV. Good ride, smooth control handling. I ain't gonna stunt on the highway. Yeah, they're nice. They're nice, especially a lot of the new Benzes. I want to say it's like they have think of like iPads, like two iPads joined together for their speedometer for their their dash readouts and everything with all the the you could change the color of the interior and everything. They got all that on there. But just expect you got to pay all that once something starts acting a fool. If you're not buying it brand new and you got some warranties that'll help you out if something is messing up. But if you're buying it where the warranties is out, you better research if this break. Okay, water pumps, they always, occasionally go out. Okay, I may have to do the timing belt again if it has a timing belt. Um, if I have CV axles on it, what would that cost? If my struts, one of I get a blown strut, what would that be? Tranny. If I get a tranny problem, how am I gonna be able to handle that? Is the rear end if I get some sound in my rear end, is that gonna be able to be dealt with for a reasonable price? You got to think about things like that. Okay, I blew a window regulator in my window. You know, you think a Cadillac that ain't nothing. You could probably get that done for 100 or 2, but in a Benz, it ain't gonna be no 100 or 2. It's gonna be a whole total different amount. And I would advise in checking that out. Like, hey, if this broke down, what would this be? Because that could put someone out of business. Like, man, I can't even put my window down. It's nice. I want to have the window down. I don't want to reach out the sunroof to holler at her or back my seat up, backfire and talk out the back window to say something or have my door half open or something, trying to holler at something that I see that's looking fine and dandy and lovely. You don't want to do any of that. So do your research. It helps. Yeah, you said, yep, them old schools, you can do a lot yourself. Oil change, belt, air filter, brakes. And if you know a cool mechanic is Gucci, most definitely. Most definitely. Matter of fact, my uncle, matter of fact, he done had this car probably since I was probably 8 or something. He got a 67 deuce and a quarter convertible. And he got what's it? It's blue with a cloth blue top on it with the blue leather interior and everything. But he hasn't drove it in a long time, so it needs restoration. But something like that, getting something like that, you ain't gonna see nobody with no 67 deuce and a quarter that's a convertible. That's something that's rare. Got that. I want to say it got is it a 430 in there? I think it's a 430. Whatever a Buick motor is for 67 is that. I know it's a big block, but that'd be rare. Brand new paint on there. If you're gonna go with the same factory chrome Buick mag wheels, or if you're gonna step it up to some bigger wheels, you could do that on there and it still look nice. Put some nice duals on there, have it, lightweight barking. That will be in there. You'll be different than everybody else. Some people come around in new Benzes, and that catches people eye. It's a newer Benz, but if you come through in that classic, they know it ain't gonna be too many people that's gonna be able to duplicate you. That's something rare. And everything you can perform yourself is easy. Oil change, you got a lot of room because it's a big motor and all that. You could do all that stuff right from the engine bay easy. Not okay, I got to take this piece out to get to that piece. No, it's room. You know, and pretty much if you had any carburetor problems, you could slap a new Edelbrock right up on there, fit right on there, perfect, and have it humming down the road and everything. So that'd be something to look into. You just want one that's kind of more together where you don't have to kind of, okay, I got to get this part. I may have to do this. And no, get one that's more kind of closer to being together and you be straight. You said, Reed, did anybody try to show off a challenge you to race while you're cruising, cooling, minding your business. Most definitely. I get that a lot when I'm driving my Corvette. When I'm driving my vet, I always get those little dudes in them little Civics and what is it? All those little rice burners. They be pulling up all the time. I'll race you, man. I'm like, nah. I'm gonna shit on you all the time on a Corvette. You should already know this. Or I done had people pull up in those what is it? Those SS Impalas, the front wheel drive ones, trying to challenge me. I done had those pull up on me in my Z28. I'm like, man, this is a LT1 in here. That 5.3 ain't gonna hang with this LT1. But I guess they got their girl in there and they don't want to look. They girl looking that I'm in something that is powerful. Like, oh, I could take him. Really, it's about the driver. Any car that you have is about the driver. But nah, I don't feel the need to do all that. I say what you call them knuckleheads or come with having a fly whip. Uh, I mean, I remember being at the age, but I wasn't the type to be like, okay, I got to challenge this person because they got, whatever. Now I'll say this: now if we're already on the freeway and we're already driving, yeah, I done been in like, say, what was it? This probably was back when I had my black uh, Mustang GT. A little young dude pulled up in a new Cadillac, the new CTS or something like that, and he kept dipping in and out of traffic. So I just hit it one time and, left him in the traffic, because it's about the driver. It ain't straight away I'm winning. If we in the traffic, weaving through traffic, if you know how to drive through traffic, you're going to beat a person, no matter what kind of car they got. Now, people do act bold in their cars. That's people, I guess. Most definitely. I mean, I remember I was out in the capital city, St. Paul. Matter of fact, me and Famo, we was in my Corvette, and I had the music down. I was because we were talking, but this brother pulled up in a what was it? I think it was like a old Buick Century, probably maybe a 70, and he was on probably like 24s or 26s. He was sitting up high compared to the Corvette, and he was banging, and he was just looking like yeah, I'm banging, but what he didn't know, I got bangs in my Corvette. So I said, okay, so you challenged me on the I'm banging. I turned my system on. He turned this all the way down. Like, yeah, I got bangs in the Corvette too. A lot of people sleep on that. Like, wait a minute, where's that coming from? Yes, I got knock in the Corvette. But that was, we do that from time to time. Like, oh, you challenging me like that? Oh, well, let me show you. We do that from time to time. But yeah, that was one time where I had to, throw up my peacock feathers a little bit. Yeah, you say some people give their cars names. Like the only car I give a name is my gold coupe Goldie. I call my gold 70 coupe Goldie. And when you see it, you be like, okay, that's a rightful choice. Goldie. Like I said, type in 1970 Coupe de Ville, two coup de can. You'll see it. It's real golden, real like a gold bar brick gold. Let me see. So who's all there? I see Tony Red. You still here? But I know Troy said he done checked out. You still there? Reddit shot. Let me see who else did I miss. If I missed anybody else. Trying to see. I don't think I missed anybody else. I guess that's about it. I mean, these other people that's out there, they're just not saying anything. But I appreciate y'all coming in. I didn't even expect to go on this long as I did. I picked a tropical background for the thumbnail. Something that's kind of appeasing and relaxing to the eye, because A lot of us are stuck in seeing these four walls. Think about it like this: a lot of hotels you can't even really travel because a lot of hotels is closed. Like, nope, we're not taking anybody over here and things like that. So hopefully, all this, what they got going on with the country get settled up so we can get back to business and get back to, I won't say regular schedule programming, but something that's a little more a familiarity, and we can enjoy the sun rays because I know in Minnesota we be having snow a lot of times. I mean, it's nice weather right now. People want to get out and be able to enjoy it, and to me, pulling out your old school car or new school car or your brand new whatever and bending corners is always lovely and fun. Catching up with old partners that you ain't seen. A lot of people get stuck on, oh, I was on Facebook talking to this person. No, when you actually out in the traffic and you see people, you see your partner, he done pulled out his car, and you didn't know he done had that, and y'all get to hollering on the side of the road and things like that. Peeping the scenery, urban rhapsody, that's what it's about. But they're trying to make it less about that. Oh, stay in your home, stay 6 feet apart from people. No, this is not how we get down. And if that's how I meet my end, I guess that's how I meet my end. Because this is all I know of coming up, congregating brothers, shooting dice or, just, just chopping it up, about old times, about new things that's going on, about new plans they got going on and things like that. That's what I know about. But, they kind of want to erase a lot of those type of things with brothers congregating and politicking and things like that. I can't see it going anywhere, but they're trying to change it. They name some cars male or females. Yeah, some people do that. I just name it like a thing. Like, yeah, it's Goldie because it's gold, not Goldie because it's Goldie to Max Julian. But it kind of make you think about that. Let me see. I remember old school had asked about me. I saw you on here, and I had to shout out. Yeah, yeah. Old school, yeah. Yeah, I know. Last time he said, "Man, this person ain't been in there, and that person ain't been in there. Where y'all at?" And I know how. A lot of times they don't give y'all notifications, so you like, is Ricky even still making new things and things like that? Sometimes I don't even show the latest video I done posted unless you really go deep into my channel. That's how they don't want brothers to communicate. But if it's any of that goofy stuff, they'll send you notifications all day. Oh, look what the cat did in the house. They'll send you those crazy notifications all day. Oh, and look, this person ate this hot food, and look what happened to him. No, nah. I want to see other things where brothers is talking and not having issues, not backbiting and things like that. He said, "Thanks for having me tonight, Rick. Host with the most interview extraordinaire. Hey, peace and blessings to you. I appreciate you coming in and having me speak on various different topics. That's what it's about. Hopefully, someone was able to tune in or is still able to tune in. Like, oh yeah, I never thought about it like that. That gives me a new outlook on something. Hopefully, that's what has been imparted to the people. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, and if you came in here and you ain't liked it yet, like the particular live stream. I think we covered a various amount of topics. And shouts out to you, Tony Red 718. And with that being said, we're almost 60 minutes in. I think once we hit the 60-minute marker, I may go out if, nobody else has nothing else to add to this particular live. I appreciate that. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you coming in and taking time out to shelter in place, maybe you had to go out to your car or something because your woman's been, oh, where are you going? What you doing? Where are you going? Okay, I'm still here. I haven't left my skin. I'm still here. You don't have to worry. I'm not going anywhere. It's nothing open. Don't worry. I just need some me time. Everybody needs some me time. But yeah. Hopefully, matter of fact, I'm gonna have to check the weather report. I'm looking right now and I see it's still clear skies, so hopefully tomorrow's a nice day. If not, I might have to extra detail my linking and detail it better than I did before. It's like that first initial wash to me is never good enough. That's the first wash to knock all the dust off. But then when you do that second one, that's when you're really starting to get it back into the way that you really want it. So I still have that second wash I need to do. Matter of fact, I hate that the DMV shut down because I need some tabs on my other vehicles that I got. Matter of fact, my Fleetwood, I need to put some tabs on that. The tabs will be out next month, so I'm gonna have to probably send off to the state so I can have those tabs ready for that, because I don't need none of my tabs expired. And we reached 60 minutes. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm up out of here. Peace.